Welcome into another week of Tap In Eagle, and Brandon was so great last time. We have him on again this week, even though we were going to have him on anyway. But we appreciate you
Yeah.
being on with us again this week, post Cognizant Classic, and it was a crazy one. Nico Echavarria, the champion of the Cognizant Classic, and it's all was won.
Rico.
It was all won on the 17th hole. He was chasing Shane Lowry all week, and Shane Lowry, gave it up to him for that last stretch.
Yeah, well, first of all, excuse me, Fernando went ahead and said a European was going to win, so shout out to you.
Yeah, there we go. And
Well,
also, and Brandon, your
yeah.
number, you said it wasn't going to be anything over 20 under,
I know
17 under.
I
Yeah.
was sweating on that for sure. That I mean, back in like early, I would say like 2020 and below, it was always like a 10 under race, and the course was always set up a little bit harder. So, but I'm glad that it was that stood up.
Yeah, after the first round, you're like 9 under. I don't know if this is going to happen. I'm like, I'm confident. And
Yeah,
then it happened.
Yeah, you actually played that course, and it looks really hard. I thought an European was going to win, but then like the last minute, I saw Echavarria like when I was placing my bets, and I actually picked him to finish top five. So very happy with him. Obviously, not
oh,
very
it's
happy
awesome.
with Shane's ending, but that's golf.
Yeah. Sorry, South American. That's what I meant.
It's all good. Yeah, let's actually look at the 17th.
See the difference there on the tee.
Boy.
Uh-oh.
This needs to go.
Has to hurry up. Oh, it does.
Oh, my gosh.
Just clears the water, and he knows it. Oh.
Have exactly what he sees with his eyes.
Wow, man, that was so close to being in the water.
Yeah, crazy shot.
You know what? I think I had sent it to you earlier, Nick. Was that there's a tour called the Minor League Golf Tour. It's almost like a double A for the PGA Tour, and they're based out of Jupiter, Florida. And he won a like a big tournament at that course about 5 years ago. So seeing that is really cool to see. I bet you that gave him a lot of confidence on that putt going forward.
And I'm sure he'll use that money he won to for that new house he bought. Did you hear that story about how he closed on a house in the middle of his round? His wife left to go close on the house, and then they ended up winning. So
Yeah, I did. I also have do a little bit of work in the housing industry too. So I think that's awesome.
yeah,
That was I'm glad that his wife was there to take care of that for him during the round.
Oh, I
definitely.
didn't know about the mini series tournament. That's why he said he knew he was going to win before the event. Okay.
Yeah, he told his financial advisor, "I'm going to win." So confidence is key.
That's how we got approved for the mortgage.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. While it was fun for Mr. Echeverria, wasn't so fun for Shane Lowry. This was painful second place finish. I mean, he had the best round on Saturday and had the lead going into the 15th hole, and he just ran into that. He just ran into those tough holes. We were talking about the bear trap, and the bear trap got to him.
Yeah, I mean he it looked like a lock. I Fernando may know more of the odds of what he was at going into 15 because he had that 3 shot lead. Uh, the shot that he hit on 15, it was what we had talked about last week about the shot that I would hit, so I was a little bit proud about that. But it just seemed, just a guy that it just seemed like he lapsed in his paying attention. It was something where he wasn't really fully locked in. That's what I've heard from other announcers and people in the game. Obviously, we don't know what's going on through his head, but yeah,
Yeah, this was even worse than Dubai. I mean, he was winning. He was like suddenly like six under. He was making everything. And then on 16, what I heard from him was that he tried to get too much out of his 3 iron because normally that hole had been playing downwind, but the wind changed the last day, and so he didn't have that helping wind, and so he tried to force it, maybe try to hit a big hook, and it just didn't hook, man, and he didn't even carry any of the land, so he had to drop way back, ended up making a huge double bogey save from the sand. You know, he had nothing there, still made a great up and down. But then on 17, he watched Echavarria make his putt, and I think that you could see him. He was so nervous, and well, that's just golf.
Oh yeah, let's show these teams.
Uh-oh. Is that leaking to the right?
Like it at all.
That is no good at all.
Not even sure that covered any land, Dan. He may be dropping way back.
Boy, this is a big pull here, guys.
Like he was set up left there, Bones. And I don't know if that has anything to do with the shot he hit off the tee, but that's not easy up and down.
This is the 7.
And
he
it's right.
hates it.
It's way right. Oh my goodness, 2 times in a row.
Brandon,
Yeah.
you were telling me about that tee shot on 17 going way right and how that could just be a little mental lapse.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at all of those finishes on his shot, you can see him kind of, as golfers we say, sawing it off, kind of just holding the finish a little bit longer. That's what you do on a cut shot. And it seemed like, that's his ideal, his stock shot. It seemed like, maybe it was the pressure. Sometimes the pressure a little bit firmer on the left-hand grip, and that can kind of just saw it off a little bit more. At least the blocks, the lower body could leave you a little bit. So, because as Fernando was saying, he tried to play a little bit of a draw hook shot with that 3-iron, and that looked exactly like just a complete block, just right hand, just super strong, and leaving it out there.
Yeah, I think he on the first shot he was trying to draw it, but on the 17 hole shot, I don't think he was even trying to do anything. Yeah. Just hit the ball. He said he couldn't feel his hands, and that's the beauty of this game. Like, he's literally in paradise. There's like a beautiful lake right there, and in that moment, it just seems like so much pressure.
And the very sad part about it too was, and I respect him for talking to the media too after, but what he said about how he wanted to win for his 4-year-old daughter who was there, and he'd never won in front of her, and he was just hoping that she could run on the green and hug him after. I mean, I just felt that one in my soul. That was crushing to hear that from him.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like that's his why, right? That's why he was trying to get out there and get a W. And it's absolutely sad. But what I saw when he finished on 18, there was a young volunteer, and he went over with such joy and grace as he normally does, and you couldn't tell that he just completely lost a round that he had in the bag for him. So I respect to him for that.
Yeah, I mean, he still made a lot of money, and he's still in this signature event this week, so sure he'll get over it.
When do we think the next time he might win? Because other than on the DP World Tour in 2023, the last time he won individually was the Open in 2019. He did win on the PGA Tour, but it was with Rory at the Zurich in 2024.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at last year's Arnold Palmer that we're going to get into, I mean, he had a good finish there, and he talks about how he loves Florida golf, and he certainly does. I mean, he's a resident of Jupiter, Florida. I could totally see him bouncing back. There was also a little tournament that they had at Seminole Lakes, I believe it's called, but it was a member guest tournament that they had, and I saw he finished like a top 10 or so. It was just like a random tournament, but it was all the top players, and so he's still there. He's still got a chance.
The most exclusive Monday in golf. That's a Seminole Pro member.
Yeah.
Actually, Rory and his dad won.
I saw that.
That's pretty cool. They're like brothers now. Shane and him, and I saw that Shane is the best player in Florida, and he says that the reason because of that is that Scotty doesn't play a lot in Florida.
That was actually where I was going to go next in the conversation. Is he the best golfer playing in Florida? Because there was that graphic going into the final round where he was like 106 under par, and Scotty was 70 under par, and he says, "Well, Scotty doesn't play a whole lot in Florida, maybe." Like that was Shane Lowry's response. But what's our reaction to that?
Yeah, that's funny. I mean, you see that all the time. Was it Chris Goddard was talking recently how Scotty was mentioned something in the cast, but Anyway, it's I think a lot of it. Scotty's from Texas area. The grass is so different. It's just such a different terrain and how you play it. And as a top guy, if you don't see the rankings, or if you don't see like the signature event, as Fernando said, and it making much sense to go play, and it's not a favorable course, like why go and play?
Yeah, I think. I mean, I didn't know this, but after looking at him this week, he's definitely the best player in Florida. I mean, he has that bullet cut. His short game is insane. I mean, he makes putts from everywhere. So definitely be a good pick this week.
What do we like from Austin Smotherman's weekend? He was the 36-hole leader for the first time in 81 starts on tour. Great story as well. He had that 9 under 62 to start things out. That's what we were like, I don't know if that number is going to hit Brandon. But then he kind of cooled out over the weekend. But he was a guy who was on the Corn Ferry Tour last year and the PGA Tour the previous year. So he's really one of those golfers out there who's a grinder.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the thing is, and now where we are in today's game, anybody can go out there and win. It's obviously we got the cream of the crop. We got the top 10. Those are the guys that are the dogs. But week in and week out, anybody can go out there and put up a low number. And I mean, it's very hard to get the PGA Tour. So the guy's obviously got some game, and I'm looking forward to seeing him more as we go.
Yeah, I don't think he made it to this week's event, but yeah, we should check him out. He's definitely a guy to keep our eyes on.
And the reason he had those low numbers is because early on, I mean, the win, there wasn't any. And then you get later in the day and there was a whole lot of wins. So that played a big factor, like we were talking about last week too, Brandon.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like we'll see that going forward through the Florida swing for sure too.
And the big name we talked about last week, who turned out with his first top 10 of the season, Brooks Koepka. And it was all a little putter grip change. This is what he said after the second round when he made the cut. He didn't start out very well, 3 over, and then a 5 under round and round 2 to get things going, make the weekend. Then he was under par the rest of the weekend and finishes in the top 10. All that little putter grip change.
Yeah, I mean, Brooks is the man. I'm so happy to see that, and that's obviously going to build on some momentum and confidence. And the guys, as Fernando talked about last week, he's one of the best ball strikers that some top guys in the golf world have seen. Obviously, he's got a crazy resume and a great guy. So I'm excited to see him moving forward.
Brooks is back, baby. Yes. Finally, this makes golf more exciting, especially the PGA Tour needs this. The PGA Tour needs Brooks Koepka playing well, and he'll start making some putts finally. And that's all you need. I mean, I usually check the PGA Tour app to follow some of my favorite players. And this week, the only guy I was actually looking at all of his shots was Brooks.
Yeah. And he made that switch from the Mallet putter, or he switched to the Mallet putter from the blade. What difference does that make? Because he struggled early on with it, but now he seemed to have figured it out.
Yeah, we've been seeing. We've seen a lot of guys switch from the blade to the Mallet, which was like unheard of back in the day. And there's a reason for it. I think I saw a stat where it was this year's tour. I think about 80% of the winners are using the TaylorMade Spider, which is obviously a Mallet. So it's interesting. There's a little bit more forgiveness, and it obviously feels great.
Yeah, you actually have the same putter. Well, maybe not the same, but similar. And I was like, why am I not making all these putts like this guy? Obviously, it has to do with some green reading as well. But I was looking that my putter was like very vertical. It had I bent it to have like a more straight in, straight back stroke. But then I saw that the spider putter is toe hang. The design is toe hang, which means it's designed to have more like an arc during the stroke. And the blades are usually the other way around. They're like square face, and so you have to like hit it straight back and straight through. So maybe I was like, maybe my stroke is more of an arc. So I bent it again, and I think I'm actually making more putts now.
Love that. I'm a big equipment junkie and tinkering around with stuff, so I love that.
We love to see it, Fernando. And we also love to see Signature Brooks back. I love this quote he made this weekend. If I'm not out here just to make cuts, I'm probably done. This is signature Brooks Koepka right here.
I mean, he's got expectations, right? I mean, this guy's won five majors, and he's a dog. So I mean, I love it. He's bringing that intensity, and he's great for viewership for PGA Tour and for golf. So I mean, I really do see like the slow comeback coming. I have high expectations going forward.
Exactly. Fake it till you make it. That's what got him there. The belief. He's got it now again. So we're all excited to see him.
Yeah, he's no longer just happy to be back on tour. He's ready to win again, which is what we love to see. Let's get into the Arnold Palmer this weekend at Bay Hill. And now that Scotty's back in the field, of course, Scotty's the favorite at plus 350. And then Rory, who is second. And Rory's won this tournament before. And for the last 5 starts, he's had top 20 finishes. So this makes sense that these two are the favorites.
Yeah, I threw in a couple bets myself. We'll get into that later, but Rory absolutely has a great chance. I mean, you look at what he did 2 weeks ago, right? He loves his course, like you mentioned. He's got a lot of great success here. I feel pretty good about him. Scotty, I mean, you can't go wrong betting on either of them. But yeah.
Yeah, like Rory, when you see him like in his interviews after winning like his 5th Order of Merit in the European Tour, like that's how he's thinking. He's thinking, oh, who has the most Order of Merits? And it's not even his main tour. He only plays there like at the end of the year. That's crazy.
And we know Scotty lost out on his top 10 streak at the Genesis, so he's going to want to get right back at it. And he still has that 65 made cuts in a row streak going as well now too. So just incredible stuff out here from Scotty.
Yeah, I certainly seen him a top 5 finish for sure, without a doubt.
Yeah, Scotty's gonna win again.
Most likely.
Yeah. Because he's the second best golfer from Florida other than Shane Lowry. That's
Yeah.
What do we expect from Bay Hill? These are some of the hardest par 3s, and they just get harder as the tournament goes on here, Brandon.
Yeah, I mean, it's similar where it's a long course. It's certainly strategic with water, and I see it definitely being a tough stretch for a lot of players. I mean, again, like I talked about last week, you see precision iron players. Russell Henley, who's been known to be one of the best, if not the best iron player on tour, won it last year. So you're going to see guys that really have control of the ball on their second shots. And you're going to see guys that can just pull off those putts, kind of like that Brooks-esque, where it is more of a pressure putt. You can get it done. And I'm excited to see. I do have a little bit of a sleeper pick, but we can get into it a little bit later.
Yeah, I mean, Bay Hill looks so hard. The greens look really hard. So I was looking at Tiger, for example. He won like 8 times here, and before I thought that Tiger was really bad in driving, because you always saw him in the rough,
Yeah.
or even hitting like irons. He would be in the rough or in the bunker or in the trees or whatever. But then I actually look at the stats, and he gained strokes on all these victories on the field in strokes gained off the tee. And then I was like, how? And it was because he never had penalties. Like he avoided penalties all the time. So he would rather have like 200 yards out of the rough than meet in the water. So that's really smart. Obviously, you have to have the strength to hit it from the rough, to hit it on the green from the rough at 200 yards. But that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what they say about Tiger that Scotty really mimics is that he knew every single place to miss. That was actually what made him great, was where he would always leave it in a place where he knew he could get up and down, or where he could actually, hit a close iron shot.
Exactly.
Brandon wants to talk about his picks. So let's show Fernando's first, and then you can react and give it to this. So Fernando's picks for Arnold Palmer: Sung Jae In, Max Graceman, who had the 2 eagles at the Cognizant. That was crazy in the same round. And then, of course, the easy pick that's which could be for sure Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah, I mean, I love Sanjay. He has that slow backswing like myself, like that sweet tempo. He plays every week. but he has been out with a wrist injury the past few months. So I think he's going to be very excited to come back. He's very solid in greens in regulation every single week, and I like his caddy Will Wilcox. He's very funny, and Max has such a great swing. I didn't look at it properly before, but at the Genesis, I was so impressed with how he stroked the ball. And obviously, I mean, Scotty, he's perfect.
Yeah, that's those are some good picks. Sanjay M, the guy's excuse me, he's a top talent. I mean, that's probably the best tempo out there. I mean, none of us could actually pull it off because of how slow his takeaway is, but he's mastered it. But he's obviously a great iron player. I do like those picks. Mine are a little bit different, but I mean, I will say you did bail out just picking Scotty though.
Yeah, I never picked him. I was like, okay, I'll pick him this week because it's just too obvious.
Yeah.
I'll go with the obvious and pick Rory because he's had success on this course a lot. And also, I'm a big Ricky Fowler fan. He's been playing well, a couple of top 20s this year already, and he's been hitting the ball really well off the tee. So those are my two picks, Rory or Ricky Fowler.
Yeah, and I saw Ricky just I think he finished second in that Seminole tournament, the member guest.
There we go. So he's coming in hot. He's coming in hot.
So you guys want to hear mine? It's a little bit of a hot take, but this guy's got super talent, super game.
Sure.
Yeah,
Jake Knapp.
Hey,
of course.
The guy's been on a roll recently. He's a hell of a player. Super strong. Love his story of how he was. He left the game for a little bit, and he was a bouncer at a nightclub, and another player saw him out there. He's like, "What are you doing?" And and he had a little bit of like a Ben Griffin type moment where I was like, "I need to get back to golf," and then obviously winning at Pebble a couple of years back, and he's on a hot streak right now. So the momentum's definitely on there for him. I also do love Colin Morikawa. I know he just won a couple weeks ago, but his game has always fit very well at the Arnold Palmer Invitational, and he's got the momentum going as well. And
TGL's helped him as well because I actually had a journalist who covers TGL on my Cousins Conversations podcast, which will come out on Thursday, plugging my own stuff here. But he said that there's all these crazy like artistic holes where like they have to go through different like vortexes and stuff, and how that's helped Colin think more through the game, and also the waiting periods, like the 10-15 minute waiting periods between shots that helped him win at Pebble Beach when he had to wait on 18th hole 25 minutes to hit his approach shot in.
Well, I love that. Obviously, owning a golf simulator business and a proponent of that industry, so I love to hear that.
Yeah, we love golf simulators. I have a friend here in Mexico. He has one, and we played Valderrama the other day. I mean, you can even pot it out. It's incredible.
Oh, yeah. And we're also blessed this week to have two events on the PGA Tour. For those who aren't playing in Bay Hill, they'll go over to Puerto Rico, play the Puerto Rico Open. And we have the Rasmuses as the favorites this weekend. Rasmus Højgaard is the betting favorite, and then Rasmus Nergard Peterson is the second betting favorite. How we feel about the Danish Rasmuses for this weekend?
I feel like Peterson's. I've been seeing his name last few weeks, so he's playing hot. There's a reason that he's ranked up there right now. I honestly feel that I would put my money more on him for sure.
Yeah, I saw that he finished second in this event previously. So Nergard Peterson, and obviously Rasmus Højgaard is such a talent. I mean, him and his brother have been dominating in Europe. Obviously, I mean, me as a DP World Tour, I don't know why they let them go, but because that's just business. But yeah, man, what a player! I saw him in Vidanta and such a beautiful swing.
Oh yeah.
And it's a course too. I mean, it's similar to Florida golf, right? So much wind. I mean, there's elevation changes. I'm pretty positive. So, and shout out to a Naples resident, Ed Figueroa, played at Florida Gulf Coast, a friend of mine that's played there a handful of times. So we'll have to maybe get him on the show sometime.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out. And one of the big names who's playing in this PGA Tour debut for John Daly's son, John Daly II, a collegiate golfer over at Arkansas, and playing in this through the PGA Tour U.
Yes. I mean, I'm so excited about brothers playing on the PGA Tour, but father and son is even more exciting.
Yeah.
Like John Daly, if he's half as exciting as his dad, so good for the game. I mean, I don't know if he's just as crazy, but I mean, as long as he plays well golf, that's good enough.
Oh, he's a stick. He's a hell of a player, and I mean, I remember back when he was in high school. He may have been a sophomore, junior in high school, going through the junior tour ranks. I was in the Naples, Florida area, Southwest Florida. I remember hearing from my local radio friends about him coming to a junior tour event and shooting like a 62, and he was maybe a 15. This guy, he's been a player for a long time.
62 at 15.
Yeah, so he's been a stick. I mean, there's a reason. He's not living off his dad's name. This kid, he has the game, and he's also been in those moments in those PNC championship events with his dad, with the father son, and they've won a couple times, and he's like had to create that pressure and learn to play through it. So I'm a big John Daly Jr. fan.
Yeah, one of the Mexican amateurs, Jerry Gomez. He plays in his college as well. They're pals there. I mean, and I saw Jerry played, and he's incredible. So I'm sure if they're in the same program, John Daly must be as well.
Yeah, we love to see that, and the future of golf is bright too. You got Tiger's son going to Florida State. You have John Daly's son at Arkansas already playing on the PGA Tour. I mean, we're going to see the next generation of these golfers out here.
Yeah.
It's
and
exciting.
we also had we're probably going to talk about the European Tour. We also have the Elvira brothers now. They're playing.
Family business, love it. And let's get in some of Fernando's picks for Puerto Rico. You do have Rasmus Højgaard on there, but you also have Nick Dunlap, Rafa Campos, and Adrian Sadier.
Man, I love Nick Dunlap so much, man. I mean, how can you be the first amateur to win since Phil on the PGA Tour, and then win again as a pro, and then shoot like 90 at the Masters, and then still be in the contention on the PGA Tour? I mean, he's just what a story. I would love to interview him because he might be really interesting to talk about because he shanks it one day, then makes a hole in one on the next hole. I mean, I really love Nick, and his parents look like very happy for him. And Rafa Campos, I mean, he's a local hero. He always plays well there, and he earned his card back last year. And Adrian Sadier was one of the best European Tour players last year. And as we said, Europeans love to win, so I think it's a good pick.
I really do like all those picks, and what you've seen from the Puerto Rico Open too is it's always a guy that is early on in his career that ends up becoming a stud and a mainstay on the PGA Tour, and so it's always like I mentioned, a guy that's coming up, maybe Korn Ferry Tour, maybe rookie, like just came from Korn Ferry Tour, gets hot, wins, and then we see him as a mainstay on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, Echavarria won the Puerto Rico Open. So there we go. And he won this last weekend. So there you go.
Tony Finau. It's big name.
Oh yeah. All right, Brandon, before we let you go, for anybody who's tuning in for this first time, we want you to let people know you mentioned your golf simulator business. We'll let you explain that to the people again.
Awesome. Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me on again. Always great to be on. And so the owner of the 19th Wheel Mobile Golf Simulator Company. We're based out of Florida. We're the first mobile golf simulator company in Florida, and we do private parties, corporate events, country club events. But really, our mission statement is to grow the game of golf and to really just bring people into it and make them love the game. I've also got some partners with mine that we talked about last time, Haven Golf Company right here, and Avoda Irons. You can check them out on my social media, bwheeler1723. And like I mentioned, big proponent of growing the game of golf. It's done so many wonders to my life, from relationships, friendships, just in every aspect. And so looking forward to being on another time soon.
Great insight as always about the Florida courses, especially the Bear Trap last week. If you want to go back and watch that episode, Brandon played those 3 holes and gave some great insight. And we'll also put all those socials down in the description of this episode. Fernando, before Brandon leaves, you have anything?
Yeah, I wanted to ask Brandon, like in the Bear Trap on the last holes, if you walk after the 17-hole green, if you walk towards the 18th tee, are you able to watch the shot from the guys behind on 17th hole?
Yes. So like I mentioned last time, I'm trying to think because I played it many times without stands. I've been there as a spectator many times. I'm really trying to think. I don't think so. I believe you go through a tunnel. So, but you could obviously hear that. You could hear the crowd. You could hear the groans and the.
Yeah, we heard the crowd. They were like, "Oh,
yeah."
Just wanted to be sure that Nico knew that he's like Shane hit it in the water again.
I know, especially with him. I really loved how he laid up on his second shot. Didn't go for it in 2 because he seemed like he must have heard something because he knew that he had it in control.
Yeah, otherwise he would have gone for the green. You're right.
That's what I think. Awesome.
Yeah. Well, we hope when you come on next week, you'll talk about Jake Knapp winning. That's your pick.
I'll be excited.
We love Jake.
Yeah.
Yes. We talked about how he led the field on one of these events in putting. So
yeah.
I'm like, wow. I mean, he hits it so far. He hits in putting. Come on, I'm jealous now.
He's a streaky putter too. So like if he gets hot, man, we'll see. All right. Well, thank you guys. Talk to you soon.
Yeah. Have a good night, Brandon.
You too.
Awesome stuff from Brandon again, Fernando. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, you can see how he knows all of these players personally, and he talks about them, each of them, very highly, and he respects them, and that's the game of golf. Like you have to earn it to be there. They can give you a sponsor exemption, but still they won't give it to you if you don't have a good resume.
Exactly. And it's great to hear the insight about the courses as well, a little inside information in case we ever get the chance to play. It was awesome hearing about the Bear Trap and how that really played a factor in the end. Shane Lowry giving it away there, struggling in the Bear Trap for the Cognizant. Let's go over to South Africa and the man who's having the greatest 2 weeks of his life, Casey Jarvis, going back-to-back, winning his home open and also getting a Masters invite. So we'll see him at Augusta in April, Fernando.
Man, congratulations to Casey. Homecoming. He made it happen in front of his fans, his family. And I mean, he must be in cloud 9. Imagine that, winning back-to-back. He's like 22 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave a gutsy performance. That course didn't look very easy, to be honest. Like there were some very high scores. Like I saw the guy who made the cut but finished last. He was like plus 12 or something. So, okay, props to Casey, and he's definitely a star all of a sudden.
Shot 6 under on Saturday to take the 1-shot lead. It was Dean Biermeister from LIV Golf, another South African. 32 South Africans made the cut in this tournament, and it's the 8th straight South African to win it as well. So these South Africans know how to play on their home courses.
Man, South Africa golf is on top right now, and they're gonna have the first LIV event in South Africa soon, with Dean headlining the event there with Louis Oosthuizen and Charles Schwartzel, and we also had Henny Duplessis almost win this South African.
He had the course record. He shot 63.
He won 100,000.
Yeah,
just for hitting the course record, because the DP World Tour now awards 10,000 to whoever hits a course record. But since there were no course records for the past 10 events that accumulated, and as long as there's no preferred lies that week, so congratulations, Henny, because he got shunned from LIV a few years ago. So I'm happy he's back on top.
Great for Henny. And another thing, I had to write this down because it was just such an awesome story. We talked about how great, Austin Smotherman's story was. Casey Jarvis's parents had to remortgage their house so he could keep playing junior tournaments. So seeing him win back-to-back and go to the Masters, I mean, that investment paid off. And he also won it in front of his dad when he won the Magical Kenya Open, and then he had his whole family there for this last one.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. To have like encouraging parents is the best thing in the world. We all know traveling around the world is not cheap, and obviously you have to pay for more than that, which is like the entry fees for the tournaments and the coaches and the equipment, and it takes a village, like everybody says. And I mean, I'm sure Casey will pay them back.
Oh, I'm sure he will. He has enough money now. Someone else who has money after winning his home open as well, Daniel Hillier on the Asian Tour, wins the New Zealand Open, and he's the first Kiwi since 2017. We talked about all the South Africans win the South African Open. He was the first Kiwi to win the New Zealand Open since 2017.
Wow, that's such a great win, Kiwi guy. I mean, golf is huge in New Zealand. I mean, we saw it when we were at the Open. Remember, we met those guys from New Zealand, and his friend Jamie. Do you remember them?
I do. Yes, I do. I think maybe we're friends in social media. I think.
Yeah, man. So shout out to them. They were good golfers and even greater.
Let's send them this episode.
I mean, they flew all the way from New Zealand to watch the Open in Scotland. So we should.
Yeah, oh yeah. Always good to get more eyes on it, and they got a shout out in the episode, so they're good for them.
The Asian Tour is getting stronger. Like winning the New Zealand Open is not as easy as it used to be.
And Herbert played well in that too. He was also on LIV. Lucas Herbert, he played well in this tournament as well. So there were some good names in this tournament.
Yeah, he earned a spot to the Open, Lucas Herbert, because the Open awarded an entry to the first top three. As well, in the South African Open, some players earned the Open invitations, like Francesco Laporta and Freddie Lacroix.
We love to see it. Some names to watch for the Open coming up later in the summer. And we've been long awaiting for this. LIV Golf is back.
Yeah.
Let's go. 3-week wait is over after Anthony Kim. Still emotional thinking back to that one. And that's the golf story of the year. Now they go to Hong Kong, and like we've also been saying, Jon Rahm is the favorite every tournament, and he is the favorite again, still looking for his first LIV Golf win.
That's so funny. He's gonna be the favorite even if he never wins. That's how good he is. Because he's always there. I mean, he almost won against AK. He let it go on the final day. I mean, obviously, AK had to earn it, but he was 5 shots ahead of him. So, I mean, I'm very excited because LIV is the best watching experience in golf right now. So, as a golf fan, I'm just really excited. And this course is super short. It's the oldest course in Asia. It started in 1889, this course in Fanling. And so if you watch the course layout, some of these holes are like 293, from the back, or 320 or 330. I mean, for Bryson, he's gonna be reaching them with an iron.
Makes sense that he's the second betting favorite then.
Exactly. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of risk of going to the green and trying to drive the green, especially in this format, which is stroke play. But I'm sure Bryson is gonna give the fans what they want.
Of course, always. Man of the people, Bryson DeChambeau. The interesting thing is we won't see Phil Mickelson again, out for a third straight event, has been dealing with some personal and family issues. It was Ali Schneiderjans who replaced him the first 2 tournaments, and this time it is Wade Ormsby. What do we think about Wade Ormsby and how he's going to fill in for Phil Mickelson?
Yeah, a little bit sad that Phil is out because he played really well last year. But I hope he's back at the Masters. And Wade Ormsby, I mean, he was part of LIV Golf at the beginning, the first few years. They shunned him as well because he wasn't playing that good. But I'm glad he's back. He was part of Repurchase back then because he's Australian. So well, I hope he takes advantage of this opportunity.
Would be awesome. A little giving it back to him after getting kicked off. DP World Tour stays in South Africa. They go from Cape Town to Johannesburg for the Joburg Open. And it's the same two favorites as last week, Jaden Shaper, who just made the cut on the line last week in the home tournament. And then our guy, Analito Angel Anyora, and the third favorite, who I didn't put on here, but we all probably know who it is, Patrick Reed.
Yeah, Patrick already has got this in the international swing in the bag.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's why he didn't play that well last week. I mean, he's like, why would I if I already won? But I mean, Jaden, he already won 2 times this year. Angel, he has the best swing right now in golf, maybe. It's just so beautiful to watch. And this week they're playing in the heights, in the mountains. So this is a course where they're gonna hit it really long, especially guys like Angel. And so I'm looking to the long hitters, and obviously the home favorites because South Africans are playing great now.
Yeah, I think you can't go wrong with any South Africans for a South African tournament, as we saw last week.
Yeah.
Let's get some of your picks for LIV. And speaking of South Africans, you have Dean Burmeister on here for Hong Kong. And then, of course, our favorite LIV golfer, Anthony Kim, and Todd McKibben, who is part of John Rahm's team. That would be funny if he won and John Rahm didn't.
Yeah, I mean, everybody would be happy. I'm sure John wouldn't mind to win another first place in the team competition. And Tom, I think he won in Hong Kong a few years ago when he was part of the DP World Tour, that event. And Dean Burmeister, he played great in his home Open last week, and obviously A came in. I mean, what can you say? If he keeps this going, he's gonna be number 1 in the world.
Legendary run. Oh yeah.
I hope he keeps climbing because the sky's the limit for this guy now.
Oh yeah, we love it. How about back to South Africa? Francesco Laporta, who had the lead going into the final, the lead after 36 holes, I should say, last week. Nacho Alvaro, who won in Dubai, and then your guy Henny Duplessis, who we already talked about, and Dan Bradbury. Those are your favorites for the Joburg.
Yeah, I actually picked his brother instead of Nacho. I picked his brother Manuel.
Oh, okay.
Because I think his brother playing well has to like crush him. You know, he must be crying like, why is my brother beating me? You know, so I think he's highly motivated to play, and he's been playing better, Manuel. So I hope this is his week. And Bradbury, I've been following him a few years, and I think this course suits him well because he can like hit it like these high shots. He hits it really high. So I think this course suits him well because of that.
Give me Laporta. I like the way his swing. He has a great swing, and he just looks like a cool dude. He's got the beard, clean cut.
He's got swag. Yeah,
he's got swag. So I'm gonna go with him. And I think he'll be motivated after losing on that lead that he had.
Yeah, Laporta is that kind of guy who, if he wears sunglasses, you know, he won't look silly.
He's giving Miguel Angel Jimenez vibes. That's the kind of vibe I get from him.
Yeah, like give me some wine, give him a cigar and a motorcycle, and he's good to go.
Oh yeah, badass for sure, badass. as we would say. Those, hey, what a show! Another show in the books. Crazy tournaments all around this weekend. Shane Lowry looked like he was going to win, then didn't. And then we have Casey Jarvis going back to back. And this week we have 2 PGA Tour events, LIV, DP World Tour, 4 events, and so much golf to watch this weekend.
Yeah, the golf ecosystem is so big now. There's so many things happening. Like even just here where I live in Mexico, there's like golf tournaments all the time, you know? So I mean, and when you take it to the highest level, there's still a lot of tournaments going on all the time. So we're happy to try to cover them all, and the season's unfolding very nicely, and we're just getting started. And yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Not even to the majors yet. Young into the season. Look forward to Augusta coming up. We already know some of the players in that field winning some of those home opens like Casey Jarvis. And we're excited for all the golf this weekend. We've taken a lot of your recommendations before talking about different tours. So keep giving us those recommendations. Keep liking and subscribing to the channel. If this is your first time hearing this episode, we appreciate all the love and support. Hit that subscribe button below. And we'll keep it going, Fernando, every week. We're going to keep it going and talking about golf.
Yeah, let's keep going. We're still waiting on Augusta to invite AK and Joaquin Niemann for this year. So we'll keep you posted when those arrive.
There's still time. We'll post our picks below as well for the weekend. We'll include Brandon's in there as well. And we'll see if we win some more money this weekend as well.
For sure. For sure, we'll be making some good picks, and we'll keep it going for you guys.
Let's go, Fernando. Another episode in the books. Lots of golf to talk about next week. 4 different tournaments. We'll see you next Wednesday.
See you next Wednesday.